Man, it's a good time to be a Dragon Ball fan in big 2026, just because everything that we wanted to happen is actually happening. The Dragon Ball Super anime is finally returning with the Galactic Patrol Moro arc. They're remaking some of the original DBS sagas, such as Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F. Those two sagas are the only ones confirmed to be getting an enhanced edition. We have to wait for further details for the other original Dragon Ball Super sagas. A ton of DLCs for some of the current Dragon Ball games, such as Xenoverse 2's final DLC pack with Future Saga Chapter 4. That's going to be a fun time. Sparking Zero's getting this major overhaul with the Super Limit Breaking Neo DLC pack. Jesus, additional characters, stages, game modes, customizations, they're doing everything right. The mobile games, Dokkan Battle, Legends, Gekishin Squadra, they're still thriving. And of course, the major reveal, Xenoverse 3. After a whole decade of playing Xenoverse 2, it's actually happening. So for today's video, I kind of just want to talk about the state of Dragon Ball, just go over each video game and some talks about the anime, just going over things that we know of so far. And we are going to be starting things off with Xenoverse 3. So without further ado, make sure to drop a like on today's video, turn on post notifications, subscribe if you're new around here. I'll greatly appreciate it. And we don't know too much, of course. We had the Kikitama Matsuri events back in January where they first revealed the project name, Age 1000s, and then Battle Hour 2026 last month is where we got the official title confirmation, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. We do know a few other things, such as the development time. Xenoverse 3 was in development for about 6 to 7 years. Still is, because the release date is 2027, but it started back in 2019. The new Dragon Ball world, something that they kept mentioning, is going to be set in Age 1000, and something cool, Akira Toriyama was heavily involved with this game, such as the world building, characters, and many other aspects that we don't necessarily know about at the time of recording this video. They even stated that there's going to be so many elements and settings packed into Xenoverse 3 compared to any other Dragon Ball game they've worked on in the past, which whenever I heard that, that just got me even more stoked for Xenoverse 3, because I'm thinking about the CSCs, character creations, the outfits, hairstyles, facial features, the accessories, weapons, supers, ultimates, animations, all that stuff should be significantly better than Xenoverse 2, which I do have faith in the developers' dimps. It will be way better than the previous titles. But not only that, the combat, gameplay, open worlds, mechanics, features, story, it's just going to be a 10 out of 10 experience. The online server is going to be jam-packed with players. It's going to be a great time for sure. The only location that was confirmed so far is going to be West City. Now, Boma within the trailer did say New City. If you check the Steam page, they're calling it West City. So I just like combining the two and calling it New West City. It does have a cool ring to it, and plus it is set in Age 1000. So it only makes sense to me. Some characters were revealed. Brett, who's obviously going to be one of the key characters. It seems like he's going to be our mentor. We are part of the Great Saiyaman Squadron. We're not going to be Time Patrollers this time around. That's not to say that we won't end up being Time Patrollers at the end of the game or something like that, just because this still is the sequel to Xenoverse 2. But so far, we're Great Saiyaman, and Brett comes before us. You can see on the left or right shoulder that he has the number 6, while we have the number 7. And we do see them taking on this small incident. Just a level 1 criminal, I'm assuming, who just robbed a bank. And then when we progress through the story, the missions will get a lot crazier. We'll get even more stronger. We'll be able to unlock all this stuff, which I do like this new route that they're taking, just because it seems like we're normal Earthlings. And if you take a look at Dragon Ball, normal characters can tap into their hidden abilities, their ki, able to learn how to fly, all that good stuff. Just take a look at Krillin, Yamcha, Videl, who had no idea about ki control. Don't get me wrong, she was a fighter to begin with, so maybe it was a bit easier for her. But I just like this new story. It just reminds me of all of that. And plus, if we go back to Dragon Ball Online, that's what it was. We weren't Time Patrollers. Again, we were just normal humans in that video game. So I feel like Xenoverse 3 is taking more of the path of Dragon Ball Online, which I do want to talk a little bit more about in a separate video. Another character that we see in the trailer is Piccolo. It does make sense for him to be in age 1000 just because Namekians do age a lot slower compared to humans. Same thing goes for Saiyans, but Saiyans not as long as Namekians, right? So Vegeta, Goku, all those guys should technically not be alive during age 1000. We do see Gamma 1, which makes sense. He's an android, infinite life force, stamina, energy, all that good stuff. And plus, they could just remake another Gamma 1 with upgrades. So maybe this is not even the original Gamma 1 from Superhero, but I feel like it is the one from Superhero. You know what character doesn't make sense for being in age 1000? Bulma. I'm not convinced that that's going to be the original Bulma that we all know from the original Dragon Ball timeline. Probably a descendant or maybe even an android of Bulma, right? And I could see that being a thing. It's cool how she's the leader of the Great Saiyaman team. Maybe she's the one who even created this foundation for them to be a part of in the first place. We do see her relaying some information or an incident mission to the characters. Gamma 1 was also there, and I wouldn't be surprised if she's like the main computer that kind of helps us or navigates us through the city. Brett is probably there for a little bit of that, but I could see Bulma like appearing on the top left of the screen, like through the scouter or whatever, just kind of updating us. And maybe when we even create our character, she's like the one who's like navigating. This is where you pick your design, which CAC do you want, and then this is where you get to customize. I don't know, I'm just thinking too much into it, but you know what I mean? When you free roaming around the city, I can see just like Bulma popping up on the right side of the screen and just telling us our next objective. The player characters, John 1000 and Jane 1000, the male and female characters that we get to create. Now, they actually have official names, they just haven't revealed them just yet. The community is just calling them Jane and John 1000, which I'm looking forward to the official reveals. But that's essentially the scope of things about Xenoverse 3. Oh, and the in-game engine, they're switching up the graphic style from that dipped in oil look to more of the anime cel-shaded, which just brings the world to life even more, in my personal opinion. I feel like whenever you want to create the best Xenoverse game ever, you have to switch up the style from Xenoverse 2 to what they're currently using now in Xenoverse 3. And plus, this is just the first look. By the time the game comes out, it could look even better. Maybe they can switch some things up. Whatever they decide to do, I'm sure it will be great. And again, I'm just extremely happy that Xenoverse 3 is finally happening after 10 whole years. Xenoverse 1 came out 2015, February, I believe. And then a year later, in a couple months, we got Xenoverse 2, October 2016. So just looking at the time gap from Xenoverse 1 to Xenoverse 2, it was a great game. Now, they did have to polish things up with a lot of other updates and DLCs because Xenoverse 2 at the start, the hit detection, the online netcode wasn't the greatest, still not is to this day, but it is better. I'm just looking further into the future with Xenoverse 3, that 6 to 7 years of development time. Again, I'm just expecting nothing but peak gaming for this upcoming release. Woo! I'm here for this. Hope you guys are as well. Stay tuned to the channel because whenever we do get additional Xenoverse 3 reveals, y'all already know we're going to be talking about all of that. So the next game on the list is going to be Sparking Zero, and we're getting this massive overhaul. I'm talking additional characters, transformations, customization, outfits, stages, and a new game mode, which is epic to see because it just goes to show that the developer, Spike Chunsoft, they care about the community, their game, the criticism that they've been receiving, the feedback, and they said, bet, we'll go ahead and drop a huge overhaul. Technically, Sparking Zero 2, not really. The reason why I say that is because the name for this DLC is Super Limit Breaking Neo, and as we know, the Japanese title for the classic games, it went Dragon Ball Z Sparking, Dragon Ball Z Sparking Neo, which was the second installment, and then Dragon Ball Z Sparking Meteor, right? So they did create this new visual. This, of course, is going to be the original one. This one consists of Demon King Piccolo, Super 17, Super Saiyan Bardock, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the BoJack movie with the orange gi, and Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta from the DBS Broly movie. This is going to be replacing the old one, right? So, for example, when you boot up PlayStation 5 or the Xbox or even the Steam page, it will show this new box arts whenever the updates or DLC does go live. Now, this isn't confirmed, this is just a theory, but I do feel like they're going to be selling Sparking Zero with this Super Limit Breaking Neo DLC, and this is going to be the visual piece for the box art. So it'll be the base game of Sparking Zero plus this Super Limit Breaking Neo DLC. That's not to say the Season 1 DLCs will be part of this bundle. No, the Superhero Demo Part 1 and 2, they're probably going to be sold separately like how they are now. I'm talking 30 plus additional characters that we'll be getting with this update. Look at that Goku, dang, directly from the Cooler movie. Additional super attacks, that's going to be part of the customization with the outfits. We're finally getting the battle damage look for mid Goku. It's been ages. 20 additional customization pieces, a new game mode, which is being displayed right now on screen. What was the other one? 4 stages, the Kami's Lookout, Kami House, Glacier, and Outer Space, which Outer Space is getting a variant, the Planet Vegeta Outer Space as well as the Planet Earth Outer Space. Look at that, some additional power boosts or rewards for the new game mode. UI Goku with the enlarged key. Dude, Sparking Zero is back. It never left, but we now have a ton of additional content. So I'm mainly looking forward to the customization. Comment down below what you guys are looking forward to. Don't get me wrong, the stage, yeah, we now get to recreate all the fights. The Broly movie, the Android 13 movie with the original Saiyans and the villains. Ooh, that's gonna be cool. There's the Outer Space one, Battle of Gods recreation with that cutscene there. Yeah, all the beam struggles as well. Oh yeah, and not only the 4 big things like the characters, customization stages, and new mode, but they're also dropping additional mechanics, like the Sparking Boost, the Chain Blast, where you get to follow up with super attacks with your teammates. That is top tier stuff. So I'm just looking forward to this major overhaul, and I'm sure there's going to be additional patches for the free updates. This is right here, plus a free update introducing a new battle system. So that's not necessarily part of the DLC. That's going to be dropping a day before within the free update itself, which is cool, right? If you don't necessarily care about the character customizations, just the battle mechanics, then this will be for you. Ooh, dude, the 59 outfit for Goku, End of Z. Yeah, Meteor Combination Kamehameha. It's not really that, I just say it because it's similar. And there we have it. So, pretty cool. This is going to be dropping summer of 2026. This is right at the start of the video. I said Dragon Ball is back because all the stuff we're covering in today's video is going to be dropping either this year, 2026, or tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next year, 2027. Next on the list is going to be Xenoverse 2. Again, summer 2026. We are eating. What is going on with Trunks? So this is going to be the final DLC for Xenoverse 2. They made that clear. And they're going to be consuming Supreme Kai time, at least I think, because we do see her with the crystal right there. USV Power Up Stage 3. All of the original characters are coming back. This all-out war that Few is doing. Heroes versus villains. We don't have any confirmation of the actual in-game content just yet, such as who are going to be the Future Saga Chapter 4 playable characters. All we know so far is that the story is going to be immaculate, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and this is also the final one coming out summer 2026. We don't know the super attacks that we'll be getting for our CACs. We don't know how many parallel quest missions we'll be getting. We don't know if we're going to be getting a new Awoken skill for our CACs. Again, this is the only thing that they've teased so far. I am still expecting that major launch trailer, which should be dropping in the next couple months. And here we have Goku with that new transformation. I did make a speculation video, or I did this breakdown of the trailer, and I'm speculating that USV Supreme Kai of Time and that new transformation for Goku will be the playable characters, but there very well could be additional reveals. And again, we still need that confirmation for this transformed UI Goku and USV, which is most likely the case, but again, it's not necessarily 100% confirmed. Next is Fighters. Now, this one is actually already out. Dropped, what, 2 weeks ago, April 22nd. Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku. I was just surprised when we got the tease of Daima Goku because they're essentially bringing back Fighters. I don't think they dropped a patch update. Somebody let me know down below in comments about that. I just know that this character released, but there could have been some buffs or nerfs for all the other characters. It also would have been nice to see an actual new season pass for the game instead of just this additional character, which, don't get me wrong, I'll take this, it's great, but they still could have implemented that Super Saiyan 3 Adult Vegeta, the Gammas, Orange Piccolo, Beast Gohan, Cell Max from the superhero movie, and if they wanted to, they could definitely still provide content for this game because it's more of that 2D fighters game, so it's not sparking zero in terms of including every single character, but a lot is still missing, trust me. Oh, look at that, even for Gogeta versus for Daima Goku. I'm noticing that his skill set is something similar to Xenoverse 2 with that super armor punch he did right there. Oh, and the clash. Did they include a dramatic finish for this Goku? I don't think so. I would have seen it by now, like on Twitter or somewhere, YouTube, if it was a thing. And I've heard that this is not necessarily confirmed, but more of a rumor that Arc System Works is not necessarily behind Fighters anymore because they're not credited at the end of the trailer. Some people who are more familiar with the actual game mechanics, they've been saying that Daima Goku feels a bit off, or different at least, from a traditional Arc System Works character. But if Arc System is not behind this anymore, and if it's just Bandai or something, then yeah, I'm sure there will probably be more updates later on, or maybe not, because this game is old as well. It came out when? 2017? 2018 was it? So it's almost a decade old, right? Are we going to be getting a Fighters 2? We just got that Xenoverse 3 reveal. I wouldn't be opposed to a Fighters 2, don't get me wrong. Next on the list is a game that I really like, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, but we don't necessarily know what's going on with it. The recent DLC was Daima Parts 2, which was great. That came out about 3 months ago, but they haven't said anything since. We don't know if there's going to be any more updates or even DLC for this game. Daima DLC Parts 2 could have been the final one. So I already talked a little bit about this. It would be cool to see an actual Dragon Ball Super Kakarot because the anime, it's making a comeback. They're remaking some of these sagas, so just have that coexist with a Dragon Ball Super Kakarot. Ooh, dude, they'll both like kind of promote each other, sell extremely well. So this is just a concept visual I created for a potential Super Kakarot in the future. As I mentioned already, 2027, that's going to be all about Xenoverse 3, so don't expect a sequel to Z Kakarot in 2027, but it could very well happen in 2028, 2029, maybe even in 2030, when more sagas are being adapted into the anime format from the manga, because the Moro arc, that's coming out 2027, right? So anyway, this would be the foundation of a Super Kakarot with a more accurate version of the Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F sagas, because these two are in Z Kakarot, but as DLC. The first one wasn't even close to the actual source material of the Battle of Gods movie, anime, or manga, right? They kind of did their own thing, which was fine because we got additional stuff like God Vegeta versus Beerus. That was cool with the epic cutscenes, but you can see here, it's more of how it went down with the image, right? They actually fought a little bit in West City, and then went over to the Rocky Mountains area, went underneath the cave, went to outer space. That's just something that I want to see, and then get like that powered up version of Super Saiyan versus Beerus. Ooh, that would be nice. And we don't have an outer space map for Kakarot, so imagine getting that in Super Kakarot. Anyway, Resurrection F, they did do a good job in terms of telling the story for that DLC 2, but this would just be a bit better, you know, more in depth, right? Because it would be an actual full-length story-driven game. It wouldn't be shortened down to a DLC type of format, so it would just be, you know, more stuff to do within the actual saga. Third saga would be Universe 6 versus Universe 7 with Hits, Frost, Kaba versus, you know, Goku, Vegeta. We get that times 10 Kaioken transformation boosts. you know, since it will be developed by CyberConnect 2, all the cutscenes will be glorious. Third one, or fourth saga, would be the Future Trunks arc, also known as the Goku Black saga, right? And something I mentioned, it would be cool to have more of the manga adaptation integrated within the game, just because we did see a little bit of that with DLC 3, the History of Trunks, where it went further beyond with the storyline of Trunks versus Deborah. Supreme Kai was involved. The Babidi mission, Trunks actually stopped Majin Buu from hatching. We got to see all that, right? So imagine just getting more of the manga stuff in all these arcs with that perfected Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan God Vegeta, he was part of this. The kind of transitioning from switching between God form to blue form, Super Saiyan Goku Black, that will be cool. And then Goku with the Hakai, how he almost destroyed Merge Zamasu. And then the final arc for Super Kakarot will be the Tournament of Power. Oh my days, I want this game to exist. Please, CyberConnect 2. We all know that Z Kakarot did wonders in terms of selling copies, because I believe it joined the group alongside Xenoverse 2, FighterZ. It sold 10 plus million copies, right? So those are the 3 Dragon Ball games: Xenoverse 2, FighterZ, and Kakarot. I'm sure Sparking Zero will eventually sell 10 million copies, and then Xenoverse 3, whenever that does come out, boom, 10 million copies day one, easy. Now, if they don't want to create a Dragon Ball Super Kakarot for the game, they could very well just add the DLCs for the already existing Z Kakarot video game, right? And this is what I came up with, just a visual Season Pass 4 with the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 saga, Future Trunks saga, and Tournament of Power saga. This will technically complete the super storyline within Z Kakarot, because again, DLC Pack 1 and 2 already covered Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F. So having this Season Pass 4 would just solidify that super storyline. Again, it won't be as in-depth or story-driven as an actual Dragon Ball Super Kakarot game, because this would be full length instead of narrowed or shortened down to an actual DLC, you know what I mean? So either way, DLCs for Z Kakarot or a new game, but here we have a potential Season Pass for that Super Kakarot video game, right? The DBS Broly movie, Superhero, and then since this game would potentially release, just theories, come out like in 2028, 2029, 2030, whenever, more sagas from the manga would have the anime adaptation, right? So include the Moro arc, include the Granola saga with Gas, Frieza Black, part of the DLCs, right? Pretty cool concept if you ask me. Now, going over to the mobile games, I believe all this recently came out as well. Since Xenoverse 2 is ending with the final DLC, Future Saga Chapter 4, it's kind of doing this goodbye thing, I guess, with the mobile games. Dokkan Battle, Legends, and Gekishin Squadra. I know Gekishin Squadra is more than just the mobile games on PC and consoles as well. It's better than the other two, in my personal opinion, but, you know, they're doing the Future Saga collaborations with Toa, Mira, USV, God Vegeta, Time Patrol Trunks, Legends. They have the support characters right here, and they even revealed a God Vegeta and Rose Goku Black as well. All that is already out for the game. However, I'm not sure if the Gekishin Squadra collaboration is out, so let me know down below in comments in regards to this one, but the models are top tier stuff. And I think, could be wrong, but they even said that there's going to be more collaborations with Xenoverse 2 in regards to Gekishin Squadra in the future. But something interesting about the actual Gekishin Squadra game, we have a leak on who the next character is going to be. Currently, we just got Season 4, was it? With Kid Buu, God Goku, and God Vegeta. Cool Season Pass. Now, this upcoming one, dude, already peak because of the Goku Black character. Yes, this was a character that was found in the files. Now, it's not to say that he's going to be the next character drop, or maybe he's not even going to be part of the next Season Pass. He was just some of his icons, the techniques, were found in the game files. So he could be part of Season 5, Season 6, Season 7, whatever. I'm not sure. But I just find this very interesting. Typically, they have, what, 4 attacks? 1 transformation? I don't know. I don't play Gekishin Squadra that much, but you can see he's using just the normal Rose Kamehameha. Wait, no, he's not transformed just yet, so that's just going to be the Dark Kamehameha. We have some sort of key divine power boost, and you can see he's using that one paralysis technique or something that he used in the manga. I don't think it was shown in the anime. It's also in Sparking Zero, just don't know the name of the move. And then the picture on the far left, that's the Mortal Bomb, right, where he combines it with Zamasu. Oh, Zamasu's already in the game. It would be cool if they have like some dual techniques, which that's 100% going to be a thing, because when you defeat an opponent, don't you get like this cool dramatic finisher cutscene? So if you team up with Zamasu, who's a tank character, I'm not sure if Rose or Goku Black is going to be an attack character, which I'm assuming so, because that way you'll be able to have Zamasu and Goku Black team up, right? They'll probably do that, the double Mortal Bomb, right? But it seems like that's going to be his ultimate attack there. So cool stuff. Again, just some files found in the game. If you take a look at all the season pass characters, most of them have been Saiyans: Broly, Kefla, Vegito, Goku, Vegeta, and some other characters like Kid Buu and whatnot, but mainly Saiyans, right? So I'm looking forward to this actual release. It's going to be fun. Now we're going over to the anime. Yes, Battle Hour 2026, they showcased another Beerus trailer, right? At the end of the trailer, they teased Frieza, because we're going to be getting that Resurrection of F remake. Those two sagas are the only ones confirmed so far. There's been rumors that yes, they will be remaking or doing this enhanced edition for the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 saga. But then after that, full production is going towards the Moro arc. And then we'll potentially get that Future Trunks and Tournament Power enhanced edition remake after the Moro arc. That's like the rumor right now currently. But yeah, it's cool how they're doing this for the original Dragon Ball Super anime, just because we all know some of the earlier animations and art styles wasn't necessarily the best for the first couple of sagas. So cool stuff there. And last but not least, the actual continuation of Dragon Ball Super, the Galactic Patrol, also known as Moro Saga. Don't know much about this. They only revealed it at Genkidama Tsuri, and that was it. No further or additional details. We know that this is the logo, how it looks with the updated Super from gold to blue, and these are Vegeta and Goku with the Galactic Patrol outfit. That's all we have still to this day. I mean, 2027 is when this is going to be releasing. My assumption is late 2027, and then maybe after the anime drops, we'll potentially be getting the Galactic Patrol DLCs for Xenoverse 3, Sparking Zero, Gekishin Squadra, the mobile games, you know what I mean? So again, it's a great time to be a Dragon Ball fan in 2026 and 2027. Looking forward to all the epic updates. Stay tuned to the channel because I'll let you guys know. Comment down below what you're looking forward to the most, if it's the Super remakes, or if it's the anime finally returning, the Moro Saga, or is it the Xenoverse 2 final DLC? Is it Sparking Zero with the humongous overhaul, or the big Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3? This is it for today's video. I just wanted to talk about greatness over here, which is Dragon Ball, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace!